Hey everybody, Logan here. Yeah, I bet you're like, hey, why are you standing behind the couch? Aren't you usually sitting on the couch? Yes, but this box is a little too big. As you can see, I picked up the brand new limited edition controller set. This is from GameStop. It's the Candy Con controller from Metal Gear Solid Delta. Yes, it's only for PC, not for PlayStation, not for Xbox. Unfortunately, this is the only way it came out. But hey, I'm a Metal Gear guy. Metal Gear Solid 3 is definitely my favorite Metal Gear of all time. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up. Of course, why would I not pick this up? So yeah, we're gonna unbox this. We're gonna see exactly what comes in this. I paid $100 for this. Do I think I paid a little too much? Yep. But hey, let's open it up and take a look. Here we go. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater limited edition controller set. Yeah, this barely fits in frame. Now you see why I was standing the way I was. So I also picked up the thumbstick caps, which came with the dog tags. Now this I definitely thought was overpriced, but yeah, I was 20 bucks. So you get 3 different sets of thumbstick caps and the dog tags, so we'll see if it's cheap or if it's nice. But 20 bucks, I was like, those thumbstick caps usually go for 10 bucks, which means that would probably be $10. But I'm talking about if you bought any kind of a generic or other kind of brands. So let's take a look at this. It says wireless PC controller with interchangeable camouflage faceplates. So normally if you buy one of these, they're around 40 bucks. And each of the faceplates with the whatever you're buying with it, the D-pad or the thumbsticks, they can cost you anywhere from 10 to around, if I'm not mistaken, like 16 bucks. So I was like, okay, I guess. So I thought it actually had a flip open cover, but apparently it doesn't. Limited edition controller set. Let's take a look at the back. So we got Snake right there, camouflage tiger stripe, Snake, fire, and spirit. And that's pretty much all it shows. So let's take the trusty knife, slide this over here, and then ever so slightly. It's weird. No, I'm not left-handed. I can't use a knife left-handed. Come on. Okay, so it has a... Ooh. So that was just a slip cover. That's pretty cool. So, alrighty. Do we just... How do we open this? Okay, just like normal. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to have to zoom out a bit, see if I can get everything in frame. Yeah, so it has operations manual, everything over here. And then all the characters right there. That's pretty nifty. What do we have here? Makes me not want to open anything because, oh, this is going to be the thumbsticks and the cable and everything like that. Okay. Okay, so they have D-pads for all the different colors, and then the sticks are clear. Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna put that aside for the moment. So that's the base controller itself. For the home button, it's got the Delta logo. I really like the design of the A, B, X, and Y. Hall effect sticks, of course. And you've got a nice set of programmable flappy paddles in the back. It says Metal Gear Solid Delta. In all honesty, that actually feels like the best version of the Candy Con so far. Let's grab the black and white one first. Oh, that's cool. That's the dongle, and it has the exclamation point. So let's open these. Let's grab the red D-pad and the sticks. Oh, it even has a clear D-pad, so you can put it on with anything. So we're going to try that one too. All right. That's nifty. I still wish they'd put some anti-friction rings on these faceplates. Honestly, that is the best feeling of all the candy cons thus far. The triggers and the shoulder buttons significantly improved. I would hope so for how much this costs. But you still have your plus, minus, and sync buttons, so that means they didn't really change anything from the Switch variation. Instead of putting the Xbox style buttons, because, well, if it's PC, it's going to be Xbox, right? But you do have your A, B, X, and Y Xbox style. There you go. And then your macro button on the back. That's where you would normally have the switch between Switch and mobile or whatnot for the ones that support the Switch, but this one does not. All right, so let's take this off. Yeah, it's a much lower profile D-pad. So you got that one. That was the Tiger. Then we're going to do the Spirit. I really like that Spirit one. It's pretty nice. Take that off. Snake. 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 Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, put that back there. And then back there. I like that. That's a really, really nice controller. Now, let's get this out of the way. Is it worth the $100? If you're a Metal Gear fan. And if you're playing it on PC. But if you're like me, you're a Metal Gear fan, and you're playing it on PlayStation. I'm playing it on PlayStation because that's the original console that came out, PS2. Yeah, it did release on others since then, but that's where I played it, so it just felt right. Can't use it on PlayStation. Can't use it on Xbox. Can't use it on Switch. Ugh. And honestly, if you want a controller for PC, you can get something a lot cheaper with much better performance than $100 for this. But this is for the diehard Metal Gear fan like myself, so it made sense. In all honesty, this sucker's going on display. I'm not sure if I should now set up. I have stuff to make a Metal Gear shelf, but then something would have to go. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's neither here nor there. So one thing is, what's the operations Oh, I didn't think about it. The operations manual. It's literally an instruction book. Thought it was going to be something nifty. So there you go. What do you guys think about the Metal Gear? It's basically a candy con. So let's take a look at the one last thing before we end this video. This is the Performance Thumb Grip Set. These should be universal, just like the Silent Hill ones. Now, one thing I didn't like about the Silent Hill ones is they had a flat top. And it was very uncomfortable. That's a very tight box. All right. Okay, so the insert is foam. All right, they're all camouflaged Delta symbols. It's not terrible. What does it say on the back? Number 8050, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, Konami GeekNet 2025 limited edition. Not too shabby. That's going to be one of those chains that change color on you, and then the clasp is very cheap. But hey, what do you expect? That's $20. Actually, I was hoping for a bit more. So we have 3 different sizes here. That's much better than before. The ones that they made for Silent Hill were all just one large piece with sharp edges. That's much nicer. So let's see what... Okay, so that's the mid-range. The first one's the tall. This should be standard short. Yeah, there you go. That's much nicer. I do like those. So let's see, do they fit? They should fit on a candy con. Wow, that's really stiff. So it's gonna be tough to get on there. Okay, not too terribly tough, but there you go. And you want to twist it to get it right for the Delta. Okay, not bad. The only thing is, every time you want to swap out the faceplate, you have to take those off. That actually makes it feel pretty nice. Put that back in there. Put this over here. So what do you guys think about this controller set? $100. Okay. Little pricey for the quality of the controller. It is a Candy Con. Yes, you can still use all the other Candy Con parts if you want to do that. But for what comes in here, 4 faceplates, 1 set of sticks, you get 5 D-pads, and then the dongle with the fancy box, and 1 USB cable. TMR? No. 1000 hertz? No. Ultra low latency? No. If I'm not mistaken, I think I tested them and they were around 3 to 4 milliseconds. So your average, you do have Hall effect sticks, not the highest of end quality when it comes to Hall effect sticks, but not bad. Haven't had any issues with any of the other versions, but you know, they're not the smoothest of sticks. The dead zone's not the best. So they're all right. This is mainly a collector's piece, but really, if you want a higher performance controller, you can get one for a lower price. But this is mainly for the fans. So that's why I did this. That's why I bought it. But this box is really cool. Everything about this was pretty cool. So as a Metal Gear fan, I would definitely give it a thumbs up. So tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. God bless each and every one of you. Like what I always say, be legendary. Thanks again.